Hi Capricorns. You see my hat? See my hat? It's a little dirty. Who's that? I think that's you. I feel like Capricorn has a really great knowing and understanding that this is definitely a sick, sad world. And I feel like you guys understand that a lot more early on in life than most kids. I don't know why I felt pulled to say that, but most of the Capricorns I know, they can be younger than me, older than me, but they seem like they just know. They know Earth, you know? Like Taurus, I feel like is like the guard, and then like I feel like Capricorn mans the lands for some reason. You guys want karma, and if you see me looking down, I have notes from my channelings. You guys want karma to happen to somebody that did something to you. A lot of vengeful thoughts are coming back up because of these retrogrades and eclipses. So they're bringing back things that you probably didn't completely heal from a few months ago, a year ago, or whatever. When you thought you did, but you in all actuality, you really didn't. And even channeling you guys, there's a lot of confusion in your energy. And it's almost like you guys feel like you can't talk. It's like you guys feel like you can't communicate about it, even though you really want to. It's like you really just want to blurt out this communication that you feel like would bring justice to the situation, but it really wouldn't. It would actually make it worse. Because what would happen is that you would just be fighting fire with fire. And you wouldn't get the response that you wanted. You would actually end up more wounded than before, Capricorn. You rule the devil in the tarot deck. So you understand the darkness just as much as a Scorpio. You understand that things get very dark. But it's different when you see, like, you understand that the darkness is happening outside of you, but when it's happening inside of you, and for a while, you start to feel like you can't even speak. And you want to fix your home life. You want things to be more stable as far as your home, or even your mental, as far as like you want happiness and you just want everything to be balanced, but yet you feel like until you get this justice, then you can move on with your life. But really, that's not what's happening here, Capricorn. What's really happening is this is being brought up back to you because you have to process it again. This is what retrogrades do. They bring back up subconscious things where you probably suppressed it, but you never dealt with it properly because maybe you were, it just looks like you were all over the place. It looks like you were working. It looks like you were partying. It looks like you were, just slamming yourself with so many different things. But it's like when you finally got home and when you finally sat down or when you finally laid down to yourself, the thoughts would creep in and you would just go back. You would just try to force yourself to go to sleep or something like that. Because you're stalling. Because you don't want to sacrifice that pain to the universe. You don't want to say, I release that situation with love. You're back in that first phase when whatever happened to you happened, when you first found out or when it first hit you, whatever hurt you, you're back in like when it first happened. So it's almost like you're reliving it and you're on this tightrope and you're teetering and you're like, I could either fall this way and go with this, or I could fall the other way and go with that. But right now you need to stay balanced on that tightrope and keep walking straight into the next fucking season, because it's all in your head, Capricorn. That shit is over. It's over. It's over. You've been giving so much energy into things that just do not matter. Don't matter. And it's only because you feel like you have been so wronged. And whenever you think back, it's like whenever you think back about this thing, it stops you in your tracks sometimes. And you really realize that, wow, that shit really did happen to me. And it's like, you can't even cry anymore. Capricorns are not going to sit and cry forever. They'll cry, but what they'll do is they'll feel it internally afterwards. So it will be like internal tears. It won't be external tears anymore. They won't give you that much of them, because they have to get their work done too. They're just as bullheaded as a Capricorn. I mean, as a Taurus. They have to get their work done too. Sadness can't stop them for long, but that doesn't mean that they don't feel it. They're not crying internal tears. And it's like, whenever you think about it, it's so disappointing. Because it's like, a lot of you are around good people. You know, you have good people around you. You have good opportunities to grab, and you have, you know, all different things to like really throw yourself into. But it's like, whenever you think about this shit, it's just like, bruh, if only I could just forget. If only my brain, if only somebody could take this shit out my fucking brain. Because I understand darkness, but darkness is getting a little too close to me. And Capricorns, you guys, like, you're pretty well kept. So you don't like to show when it's like too much neurotic vibes going on in your head. No, you keep it cool. You be like Daria. I'll put a link to it below so you guys can watch it. And so, if you're expecting an apology, I would say don't count on it. Because one thing I noticed in myself, you're never entitled to an apology. Sometimes people feel sorry energetically. And sometimes when you're tied to a person and you feel anxious or you feel sad after something happened, 9 times out of 10, you're picking up on what they feel about what they did to you. Sometimes people are too prideful to say that I'm sorry. And that's just how the world is. But we're all connected. So that's what we need to remember during this Cancer season. We're all connected. So if you see that something happened, or if you're starting to feel like, or you're remembering stuff from the past, best believe that most likely the other person is thinking about it too. And it's just like, damn, you know. But you're not going to get a 3-dimensional physical apology. You're going to get an energetic spiritual apology. And I know that sounds like, oh, fuck, what the fuck does that mean? Like, no, trust me, because when I shuffled for you guys' song for the theme is Radio by Lana Del Rey, and she talks about being raised from the dead, and she talks about how like her life is like sweet like cinnamon and everything's beautiful again. Trust me, they will get their due diligence. But you are not karma. Karma is a big job. You getting in the way of karma is only going to make you get more karma, because you're interfering with the universe and you're not trusting it. So what Capricorn needs to do is just sacrifice being vulnerable and letting go of that thing. It's over. A lot of people have to deal with this eclipse. It's over. And, you know, everything from the external, you have so many other things to focus on. Why give that situation or that relationship or that problem any more energy than what you've already given it? Aren't you tired? Do you want to take a nap? Like, sis, let's go take a nap. Whew. And you constantly trying to bring these things into balance, naturally going to come into balance. But right now you have to be a soldier and just keep doing you. Just don't, when you think about it, Okay, it's there. Sit down with it and be like, why are you here? Oh yeah, because what? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. You'll be dealt with. Anyway, what were we doing? Like, that's how fast you gotta, like, move. You have to turn on your Capricorn. You know how to become detached at a snap of a finger. You know how to hide. But I think it would be really good for you to talk to only one person about this. I don't know why I'm saying that. I feel like if you go around and talk to numerous people about your internal issue with whatever the past or whatever happened, it's gonna backfire, because sometimes people just like to hear drama. Sometimes people like to hear pain. I don't know why. It's like, why do we like to watch drama films? Like, I love drama films. I don't know why. Like, but it's like, I wouldn't want that shit to happen to me. But I'll watch it with the popcorn, you know? Some people are really like that, Capricorn, and I think a lot of you know that. So it could either go two ways. It's like either you're talking to too many people or you're not talking to anybody at all about your emotions, and it's driving you fucking insane. You have to talk to somebody. Sorry. You can be an earth warrior. You're naturally going to be one, but who is your trusted source? One trusted source. I know you know somebody, Capricorn. And, you know, you guys are so beautiful and so, like, magical, sea goats. Like, you guys be chilling. So when it's like somebody does something to you, it's like, bruh, what did I do to you? And then people wonder why Capricorns can get snippy or sarcastic or smart or just, like, say something, you know, like, because Capricorns peep everything. I mean, they peep everything in the three-dimensional sense. So they peep the movements of people, and I guess, like, how they can tell. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys can tell. But for once in your life, you couldn't tell about something and it bothered you. And I'm sorry, but you had to experience sooner or later, because sometimes you guys can have control issues and not even know it. So in a sense, it was humbling and it was karma for you. It was karmic for you. So you have to let it out. You have to release it, because it is not, you know what they say, it's above me, or whatever they saying now. It's above you. Straight up. Like, why would you, like, try to play God or karma when somebody's already filled the position? And you're on the tightrope and you're, like, with your arms, like, flailing, and you stay focused on charging ahead, keeping straight. It's kind of like, it is kind of like Bird Box, you know, like, you just put on the blindfold and just keep moving, bro. Like, don't even look at the shit. Don't even look at the darkness if you don't want to anymore. But you have to talk about it to somebody eventually, this month, this week, today. Just pull somebody to, like, a trusted friend. And if you have had one, kudos to you. You know, like, and understand that sometimes, like, people don't always know what to say, Capricorn. But it's just always good to have somebody to vent to. And I really feel like for you guys, the whole energy is that if you just really stop resisting and having unrealistic expectations about what is to come from everything that happened to you, you're waiting on, like, your glory day. It's not gonna happen like the way you expected it to. It's just not. And if you keep stalling yourself, if you keep staying in that mind frame of, like, it just blowing you to the point where, like, you get mad at many different little things, like, or you get stressed out or you get nervy, like, just, it's okay. Like, it's natural. You guys are just not used to, like, feeling like that. Because you guys be chilling. Like, you guys chill. Like, even like the Capricorn men I meet, they're always chilling. I mean, I never really know what's going on. And, you know, maybe that is the issue, you know, because you guys are very kind of secretive, you know, when it comes to speaking about things, unless you really, truly, truly trust the person. So whoever, you know, whoever, some of you feel like you can't talk to the person that you used to talk to before. Yes, you can. That's just you. That's just you. So what I will say is everything will come into clarity, and everything will come into balance, but you don't have to do anything, Capricorn. And I even feel hopeless doing this reading. Like I feel like you guys just feel so disappointed. Like, but you know, this too shall pass. Like, this is only a feeling. This is only a feeling, Capricorn. And once that darkness steps outside of you again and you can see the world like how you always used to, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. And it's going to happen pretty fast because you have the Four of Wands energy. That basically means that you have camaraderie, you have friends, you have parties, you have celebrations, you have things. You can go out, you can have fun. Just get out and distract yourself with other people's like love and light. This is what Cancer season is all about, is coming together and having those emotional teddy bear gushy mushy talks. Okay? I love you guys. I'm sorry if I couldn't tell you what you really, really, really wanted, but this is for most of my Capricorns that I'm channeling. So whoever it resonates with, I love you guys. It'll be okay.